Hello one and all, my name is Ryan Bruce, my friends call me Fluff, and today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we are going to check out the Clairvoyant Amp Sim plugin from Modern Metal Songwriter. In the guitar amp sim world, there's two different schools of guitar amp sims that I have talked about before in other videos. There is knock you over the head, crazy amount of features and submenus and knobs in your amp sim. Then you also have the other end of the spectrum where you get dead simple, give me a couple of knobs and I am off to the races and sounding great school of design and function within a given amp sim. Now, the new Clairvoyant Amp Sim from MMS is kind of just smack in the middle of both those things. Now, before we go any further, you can consider this a sponsored video, as Modern Metal Songwriter have asked me to show you guys this Amp Sim plugin. However, all thoughts and opinions are still mine. Now, the Clairvoyant Amp Sim is a 3-channel affair. 3 different channels. We have clean, crunch, and lead chug, if I may. Also, there's a couple of features that we will get to in the playthrough section that I think are really unique to this plugin. Actually, that sound honestly really great. The tilt and enhance features, again, we'll get to those in just a second. However, this is for the metals, but it's also for the good clean tones. And yes, actual clean tones, not fluff clean tones. We can get those too, but actual clean tones, yeah, it has them. Now we will dive into all of these features and I will take you through the plugin in its entirety in just a second. However, let's hear the Clairvoyant in the context of a mix. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the Clairvoyant Amp Sim plugin. I am going to use my Ernie Ball Music Man baritone Axis guitar with Fishman Devin Townsend pickups. And when I open up Clairvoyant, this is what I am greeted with. Now, the 3 main sections, again, are the effects section, we have the amp section, and then we have the cabinet section. When I open up this plugin, notice I don't have anything engaged. EQ is at noon. I am on the heavy tone, the heavy channel. The tilt is at 0 and the enhance is not on, all right? So this is my bass tone. Spanky. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the clean channel and we're gonna work our way back to the heavy channel and then we will get into the tilt enhance controls. So low, the low, AKA clean tone, I'm gonna go to my neck pickup, a lovely sounding clean tone. I'm gonna turn the level up just a little bit and I'm going to add some delay and reverb. It's a nice sounding clean tone. I also like the fact that there's a dedicated pedal for lo-fi sounds. Sounds like this. We will circle back with that when we get to the more gainier tones, but I thought that was just a really cool feature. Let's go back into the amp setting now. Say we have our given tone. The tilt function is exactly as it sounds. It is going to tilt the entire EQ one way or the other, towards the highs or towards the lows, using the mid-range as a kind of tilting point, okay? So whatever your EQ is, you can turn the whole thing one way or the other, giving yourself a shift, really, in the lows and the highs, okay? Let me show you. Right now, we're on the clean. I'm gonna just play with this tilt and I'll let you listen to what this is actually doing. I turned it clockwise. This means the low end is going to go up and the top end is going to go down. Now, if I do this counterclockwise, the top end will be boosted and the low end will be reduced. Okay, this is accentuated with the addition of gain and using the low, mid, and high EQ, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what this does. We will get back to this in the, once we get into the mid and heavy tones. Now the enhance is going to add a little bit of saturation. It's also going to control the low mids. This is especially useful getting into the gain tones. We will get to that once we get to the gain tones. Next, we have the cab section. Now, the cabinet is split into two sides. We have default IRs on both left and right. Now notice I have the volume different on each side. So I'm basically blending in IR2 with IR1. I don't know what any of these individual IRs actually are. However, I notice I like 1 through 4 the most. And I can go ahead and blend between these if I want. So this is all of the A IR. The volume is lower on B, but here is my right side. And then going back to 50% blend. All right, let's get into some crunch tones. This is a crunchier, there's gonna be a little bit more breakup, less smooth than the heavy tones. This is nice for, mid-gain tones, rock tones, obviously. However, I really like this channel when also using the overdrive. So I'm going to turn on the overdrive. I'm gonna put the level all the way up, gain all the way down, as we do when we want to chug. Let's see how that sounds. Let's turn on the enhance. Let's see what that does. Now this wheel on the outside of the button is a mix knob, okay? So I can put this, generally I like this between 30 and 50%. Hear how it's a little muddy? I'm going to utilize the tilt function and I'm going to turn it counterclockwise and dip the lows and boost the highs just a little bit. We'll see where we're at. All right, pretty good. I'm going to reduce the highs. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's move on to the heavy tones. Heavy. All right, so my pedal, my overdrive is still on. I'm gonna turn this off. We're gonna go back to the non-boosted tone, which sounds like this. Now, to me, when I turn on the enhance, it's by default 100%. It's a little too much for me. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I mean, you know, there's no right or wrong here, but I like it there. Now I'm gonna take this even further and I'm going to turn the tilt a little counterclockwise. 109, minus 109. Let's see how that sounds. I'm gonna add a little bit of low end. Also gonna reduce the mids a little bit. Yeah, that's the sauce. Go back over, let's check out the, and we don't even have an overdrive on. Let's try this with the overdrive. I think I'm hitting it way too hard. I'm gonna turn the level down a little bit. And let's try the lo-fi. I love the lo-fi sounds. This is great for like intros of songs and, you know, the section right before, like, you know, the bridge section or the breakdown. Perfect. Let's try to perfect this a little bit more in the cab section. I'm actually going to turn the volume up on the B section on the right-hand side. I'm gonna reduce the gain a little bit. Love that. Also, gate, keeping things nice and tight. We can turn the gate totally off if we want. A lot of noise, a lot of string noise. I typically just put this at 50% and leave it. All right, so what do I think? Well, the Clairvoyant Amp Sim at the time of this release of this video is on sale for $69 for the first 20 days of release. And then after that, it will go to its regular pricing of $89. I think that's a lot of bang for the buck, especially when you consider features like the tilt and enhance buttons. The enhance is something that I particularly enjoy because I am normally adding some degree of saturation to my gain tones. So to be able to do this within the plugin natively is very, very cool. I also like the lo-fi pedal. I use that stuff plenty. Also, the cab section is cool. It's not too complicated. And you know, you can add your own IRs if you would like. And yeah, very, very cool, very heavy, very chuggy, fluff approved. If you'd like to know more information about the Clairvoyant Amp Sim plugin, I will link down below in the description. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.